very warm welcome to all of you this afternoon or this evening, early in the evening. It's a pleasure for me to be kicking off our monthly events right after the very successful TiCon that we had, with a program that is dedicated to food technology, food and agriculture technology. The reason I say that it's very exciting and it's a moment that we've been waiting for a long time is because CFTRI and the work that they do is very, very critical for the ecosystem that we are trying to build here in Mysuru. And as we talked about during the TiCon, I don't know how many of you were there, we talked about building an ecosystem, a startup ecosystem here in Mysuru that leverages the strength of the Mysuru industry and institutes. When I say institute, it is the educational institutes that we have. It is the institutes like CFTRI, and also the organizations like CII, and the industrial strength, which is primarily manufacturing and pharmaceuticals, and of course the food technology here. So it's very heartening that therefore we are starting this. We've been trying to get the collaboration between TI and CFTRI going for a very, very long time. And finally, it has happened under the leadership of Dr. Giridhar. And we're very happy that we are kicking it off today. And we being here in Mysuru, which is also a very large agricultural base, and the kind of technologies that CFTRI has, it only makes sense that the domain expertise in the startup ecosystem that TI brings in, and the domain expertise that CFTRI brings in the food technology, it could be a great catalyst for developing the the ecosystem further in this particular area. This is, therefore very critical that we continue to build on this momentum and keep going forward, and for a deeper collaboration with CFTRI and TI. Also coming out of just going back to TiCon, looking at what exactly happened in TiCon, and we have now come up with a large set of action items that is now being actioned. So it is not that we had a great event and then we are going to forget about it and move on to the next event. It actually has given us enough content and enough material for us to start building an ecosystem with a lot more vigor and a lot more enthusiasm. Just to give you an idea, the kind of programs that we are now trying to build an end-to-end ecosystem for entrepreneurs, right from the ideation stage to the funding stage. We are actually looking to have a full-time program manager join us. The job description went out about 10 days ago, and it's not something that is at a junior level. It's at a very, very senior level. And just to let you know how interesting people find this ecosystem build out to be, that in a matter of about a week or 10 days, we had 22 very, very strong applications, right? So just putting it on LinkedIn, we got, out of those 22, we have now shortlisted about 12 applicants for that particular role, who is going to be very, very critical in building out this entire end-to-end infrastructure for us. So a lot of things are happening. I won't take too much of time. Dr. Vijayalakshmi is here. We are very keen to hear you speak, ma'am. And of course, there are 3 startups also are participating today to showcase what work they are doing, and I'm sure it's going to be exciting for all of us to listen to them and see what actually lies behind those closed curtains called CFTRI. Right? So, but I'm very hopeful that very soon we'll also have all of the technologies that CFTRI has to offer for commercialization and monetization. We soon will be able to display them on our website as well, so that anybody who is interested in picking those up and running with it in collaboration with CFTRI, we can make that happen. So thank you very much once again for coming, and I'm sure you guys are going to have a very enjoyable time this evening. Good luck. Thanks.
I'd like to call Dr. Vijayalakshmi to please join me on stage. Yeah. Hello, everybody. This is Adarsh here. I'm a charter member at TI Mysuru, and it's my privilege to have a small chat with Dr. Vijayalakshmi, scientist at CSIR CFTRI. I'd like all of you to welcome ma'am here with a round of applause. the slide here, we were just talking before we got here, and ma'am had a very detailed presentation. So this stood out to me in the whole presentation. So many brands that you recognize, right? This, is a true testament of what the power of CFTRI is, right? From Coffee Day to, Tata to Government of Karnataka to Jubilee, and there's no MTR. You would recognize everything, UB Group, and that's the impact that CFTRI from Mysore is having. And like, Bhaskarr sir said, we don't know about it. Yeah, it deserves a round of applause. Palace it is situated at, and being there, they're doing so much of royal work. But I'd like to open by asking ma'am, in continuation with what Mr. Bhaskarr mentioned, it's such a fantastic place. However, we pass by it every day, we see it, we don't have access to it, so we don't know what's happening at CFTRI. So in a candid, straightforward way, ma'am, I'd like to know what is CSIR CFTRI to begin with.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank for giving me the opportunity to present CFTRI here, being a new person, but still 2 years of experience in CFTRI. With that minimal experience, I would like to take forward the discussion, introducing what is CFTRI. Even though you are from Mysuru, I think, as sir said, we are not closed, we are open, but we are not saying that we are open. So that is one thing I would like to highlight here. We have been from 1950, so 75 years of existence. We have just completed our 75 years Platinum Jubilee celebration last month. So thank you. If you see, CSIR is Council of Scientific Industrial Research, which has been into existence for past 83 years. They are having 37 labs. One among that is CFTRI, which is nothing but Central Food Technology Research Institute. In 1950, that during the famine period, so the need for food science, food processing, food preservation is something that the country realized. That is the moment they looked out for forming the CFTRI Institute, and then the Raja was so on a humanitarian ground, he has given the palace, and that's how CFTRI started. And the journey started with a lot of new products, starting from infant formulations and other things. Like, I'll just go through with further more discussion. But as CSIR, it is for any research towards the industrial front of empowerment. According to CSIR, any science that is developed, it has to reach the society. The mode in which we can do, or the medium through which we can do, is the industries. That was identified. That is where the CSIR was formed. And the same line as one of the labs under CSIR, CFTRI works out. That's why in the name also you will have industrial research. So that's where. So whatever research that we do academic research, but prevalently the end application will be for the industry, through industries to the society.
Okay, thank you for sharing that, because we always hear the acronym, but we don't know what happens on a typical day-to-day. Yeah. So I'd like to understand what happens at CFTRI. Is it a place where there's only research that happens, or do you actually make or manufacture products? And I also know, because startups are there, that you have an incubation also. So what is the whole mandate like? What does a day-to-day at CFTRI look like?
Okay, so CFTRI is working on a mandate where basically food is our strength. Okay, so we work on food and different aspect. One is innovation. Anything that new has to come, the basic research has to happen. So that is one of the major mandate for us. Innovation in food processing is one of the major mandate. Reduction of waste, post-harvest management. So from the time CFTRI was formed, two mandates have always been there. One is nutrition, the other one is post-harvest management. That is still been there, and it's still required. Every day you keep learning, hearing that vitamin D deficiency, that deficiency, nutrition requirement is there. So it is always a relevant topic to us. So these two are the major thing which has been there for a long time. Along with that, innovations in food processing, and then skill development is also one of our mandate, so that whatever knowledge is developed, unless and until it is transferred, there is no end application. So we also have a mandate on skill development and capacity building. So it's like that. So basically, from the research, basic research, to technology development or the application research, and then we also encourage, interact with the industries. So basically our research is all focused on the industrial research. That means something is developed, ultimately it has to be commercialized. So that's how the approach has always been there, at least either in the ingredient format or as a process for the industries or as a end product.
Okay. So you mentioned about innovation and skill development. So what does this innovation include? Can you share some innovation that CFTRI has led and which probably many of us would not know?
So, in that case, then it's a little difficult to concise the innovations that have been done, but impactful, but many people have been associated with. One is the first product of CFTRI is this Amul infant food. Buffalo milk is having more fat. So consumption, once after effect of the famine, milk and other issues, famine means what? The food is not there, right? So provision of milk to the kids was the major constraint. That is where the innovation happened. The standardization and conversion into a spray dried product was the major concept process here. So the fat was reduced so that it is more easier for the kids to digest, and then how to preserve the shelf life, all those were the concept. So in line with Amul, that time called KMF, so it was produced, and then that's one of the key product even now people get associated with across in world. This was the first product to be developed from buffalo milk. That is one. The second thing is, every day we eat this parboiled rice or rice that has been heat treated, steamed rice, all these things is there. So parboiling, even now if you just go to the website and check, CFTRI parboiling technology is how the entire world knows. So recently also we had one under ISTAT, so international group from Mexico and down south in America. Those people now started doing rice processing. A group of government officials were nominated to undergo training on rice processing only, specifically on the parboiling side. So that is one of the product, even still it is relevant across the world. And then spice oil oleoresin, why India came under British rule. So volume of the importance for spice has always been there. Considering that, but the volume of trading was difficult. That is the moment the scientists from CFTRI, they have innovated or come up with the process for spice oil, spice oleoresin. One of the key product, even now it is very relevant and is a high cost and high value for the country as well, because the GDP generated through high spice is very high. So that's how it is very much relevant. It's like that there are many products that are always there. So I can just throw light on.
And it does deserve a round of applause. To further share with you all, there is a sheet of paper on all the tables, right? It lists down all the verticals. It looks like all the possible opportunities that are there in the world of food and food tech is listed there. Can you share a little bit about those verticals while they are looking into that, ma'am?
Yeah, so CFTRI has 18 different departments working on different verticals, starting from fruits and vegetable, meat and marine science, microbiology, fermentation, grain science and technology, flour milling and confectionery. So like that we have different departments. Whatever technologies that has been made. What we mean by technologies is there are different classification. One is product-based technology. Other one is a process-based technology. The moment we say process, it is a knowledge, know-how of how to do the particular production. So that is one. So all these are categorized as technology. So the list that is provided has a extensive list of 458 technologies that are readily available for commercialization. Anyone who is interested, they can just write to us, and then we'll be happy to share about the details on the technology, and then they can learn how to do it, and then they can commercialize. It is well studied and then established, so that we have a committee which evaluates, and then based on the potentiality it is being approved. It's not like we think it is relevant and it comes out. So we also have a scrutiny committee which sits on that. They evaluate the scale up, all those processes done, and then it is being approved. So that is a list, and this 458 is the recent one that is there. If you see, also more than 700 technologies are being there. Wow. Some are the base, and most of the people have mastered it. So that's why that has been taken a backstage, and the most relevant ones have come in the list. And then more than 5,000 beneficiaries are there who have taken the technologies and they've established. Some of them you can already see here. So there are two modes in which they get associated with this. One is the technology transfer. For the list that is given, we generally do a technology transfer on a non-exclusive basis. So anyone who pays gets the knowledge of how to get things done. And the other one is, if you have a concept and idea, you can just write to us. On a collaborative mode, we can get associated. It will be like, project mode. So where exclusively we'll work for you, and then we'll give you a report, technical advisory kind of a support, wherein which you can then start your own production. It's like that.
Okay, digging a little deeper into the technology transfer, how does that work? Can you give one example of, say, who can take it? For example, there are many entrepreneurs here who are in different lines of businesses. That's the one composition of the audience. The second one is some of them are into food and food technology itself. Then there are students who are here, who are still in colleges, who are looking at what to do with their future. So how can many other, all these categories of people get benefited specifically from CFTRI? And before that, what does this technology transfer mean? Like, can somebody here approach for technology transfer?
Yeah, so technology transfer is something like, for example, a jam making. And just to understand better, I'm just taking this example. We know jam is a process. We can make it at home also. But at home also when you do, or take sambar. Every day we are cooking sambar. But the point is, every day when you do, there is a minor change in the taste and the texture. We accept it because at home, we know that your sister or mother or wife cannot do it better. You will crib on it, but you will accept it, right? But the same thing cannot happen at the industrial scale. So industrial scale, consumers think that I need a product in the same consistency, same taste, same color. They will not compromise. Maybe here and there, they might not be so well experienced like a scientist to find out the 0.01% difference, but they are well versed in their tongue. So they will be able to identify the taste profile. So as a technology, what we generally do is that at an industrial scale, quality, consistency and the sensorial consistency is very much important. That is where the process comes in. One is the formulation. What has to be added, how much it has to be added is something the formulation will give.
Okay.
But how to do so that at a 100 scale capacity or ton scale capacity or a larger scale capacity, you get the same consistent quality and the taste. That is where the process comes in, and CFTRI gives that in the technology format. There are certain technologies which are ingredient. Ingredient means it has to be a part of another product. Okay, in that case, it is a B2B business. So that understanding also we will give when you are coming in. So we will say this product, for example, we have a fructo-oligosaccharide process, where we will say it is an ingredient. It is not a main product that you will be consuming. If, for example, if it is going to be a jam, it is a direct consumption product. Right. So we will say this is a product which can also be sold as a B2B or a B2C, whereas the other product is just a B2B business. So you will get a volume-based margin. So that kind of a understanding we will give upfront when you are coming for the discussion. So this is something that we will do.
So taking this jam example itself, you'll be providing the technology, and people here who are interested should set up the production and then sell, or will you be giving the product and they can put their labels on it and market it?
No, we are not the manufacturers. We are research institute, but we have a pilot scale unit, or pilot scale services are there, which facility can be availed by them in order to get the confidence. So as a technology transfer, I'll just complete that. So as a there is nothing called like you have to be an industry person to avail the technology, nothing like that. Anyone who is interested, it can be a student, but they should be well enough to take it up further. Right. So that is something that we will look into, and then the interest and passion towards it should be there. Because today we transfer and then after 1 year you just wade away. Both our energy will not be, it is going to waste. So here the major thing is, with the interest whomsoever comes, we will be ready to support you. There is no thing like, I have to be an industry, I should be well enough, nothing like that. There is no criteria saying that you have to be educated, qualification, nothing like that. Anyone is interested can approach. We will be guiding you to find out which is good for you. We will not upfront say, please take this technology, this is good for you. We will never recommend that, because unless and until you are convinced with the technology, you cannot drive it forward. So we will not force anything on you. We will just say this is all there. please look into, evaluate from your side. With the confidence, please come. Even when you ask for the technology details, we will not force fit on you. Again, we will be just giving you the details, we will sit aside. Once you're convinced, you can make the payment. Once the payment is made, then there are certain processes like agreement processes there. And then one booklet we will give which will have the complete details of the project. It is like a project proposal, which will have a tentative costing also for setting up the facility, where the machineries will be available, contacts, everything will be given. And then 2 people who are going to be the permanent employees of your company.
Wow.
Why? Because employees might change. So if anyone permanent, it is going to be the heart of the company, right? So we normally suggest permanent employees of the company, please come for the demonstration. The scientists will demonstrate the complete process end to end, starting from how the raw material should be to the final packaging. And then that's the end for the technology transfer. It is not that once the technology transfer is done, we are washing our hands. Nothing like that. So you are a licensee for, like, you sign an agreement which is valid for 7 years. That means you're a part of CFTRI throughout. It is just a paper which says 7 years, but otherwise, once a licensee, you are always a licensee. So in that case, any technical support, advisory you need, you can always approach us. We will be happy to support. That's how CFTRI has been functioning till now. It will continue functioning with that.
Thank you so much. Well, we had no idea about it, honestly, like I said. How many of you here have gone and seen the technologies at CFTRI? A few. Well, more than what I expected. That's great. But still, probably 10-20% of the hall. So how does one approach? Because, it's an eye-opener. I have 2 questions here. One is, how can somebody enter? Because for me to enter CFTRI, it's like it feels very stressful because I don't know how to go there, who to call, and how to even enter the gates. The second one in that line is that, so you're saying that there's already research-backed a CFTRI, like, central institute which has developed these technologies, which is very close to being market ready, which people in a sense must have to just brand it and sell it later, because you're helping them understand how to produce also. So what might be the barrier of entry? Because I see all big brands, but are there smaller companies also which have set up, which have scaled? For example, has a cafe taken up? Because achieving the dosa batter consistency that you mentioned, or the sambar, is something every restaurant has a problem, I think. And if they build on your technology, they can serve the same delicious dosa and sambar every day. Is there any examples like that which have happened? So 2 questions.
There are many people. So first question I'll answer, how to entry. We are not restricting anyone from entering. But the thing is, there is a process. 2 things are there. You can just walk in, but through the main entrance, so that the entry is made, and then you will be directed
entrance is in front of railway station.
Railway station. Okay. So you will be directed to TTBD, which is, I would not say the major phase, but we are there to facilitate the discussion. So you can just come to TTBD department, and then from there it takes up. So we never restrict, but if in case there are certain functions are happening or people are engaged, only then the doors are closed. Otherwise, we are always open. 5 days we keep working from 9 to 5:30. It's not like, even during lunch people come. Sometimes if we are available, we sit across, we counsel, and then we send them. So it's like that. The doors are not closed. That I am just re-emphasizing again. And then the second thing is, but for a better facilitation of the discussion, we would suggest you to send a mail. Even if you don't have the clarity on what you want, at least a superficial requirement, I want to do something on this. Why? Because there are different expertise in the institute. We can check for their availability so that your visit can be more fruitful. Otherwise, it will be discussion with Vijayalakshmi or XYZ person in the TTBD department. If in case the scientist is available, you can discuss with the scientist. Otherwise, it is just going to be the discussion with us, and then tata bye-bye, because no other go. Because if the scientist is not available, we cannot make you go wait there. It doesn't look nice. So we will request you to come once again. It will be a multiple iteration of coming and going. Right. So instead of that, if you write to us, the mail ID is all given in that pamphlet. I will also be putting across at the end of the presentation. You can just write to us, even if you don't have the thought of, at least the interest towards science, food science or food products. You can just write to us. We will guide you through how to find out what is your calling. So that way we can support you, and then once you write, we can find out the availability of the scientist. We can take your appointment, and then we can do. It's not necessary you have to come in person. Virtual discussion is always done. So that flexibility is there because of boon of COVID. Everyone is accepting that mode of discussion. Otherwise, it is always in person. So now the virtual is something that is easier. Right. That mode also we can do. Telephonic conversation we have. Sometimes randomly people call. We do counseling on telephone also. Mail counseling also we do. In-person counseling. So we are open.
This is truly an eye-opener, honestly, ma'am. Thank you.
We never said, so now we are opening it up.
Wonderful. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much. And then the second part is that about the production and the other things. And then
the second question was, do people take, I mean, should it be big brands itself who work with you, or anybody can come and approach? Because you did mention it, but I'm just asking, does any cafes take from you, or does any restaurant actually take that, so that the consistency is there?
Yeah, we see when the restaurants or cafes they come, some people take the basic technology and then they tweak it according to their style. Not necessarily every cafe. For example, the same coffee. Right. It has the milk, sugar and the tea, coffee decoction. But not necessarily every shop will have the same taste. So that they will tweak it according to their familiarity. Maybe they will have their own style of making it. Okay. That can be done. A little tweaking is allowed, but you cannot change the complete formula if you take the technology from CFTRI. Got it. If you are changing it, you cannot use the CFTRI logo. Okay. Certain things are there in the agreements that I will be discussing later. So here, yes, many people have taken. Most of the catering or like restaurant sweet shops, familiar sweet shops, Kanti Sweets, right. If I can mention, they have taken technology from us. And many people, small, big, there's no bias. Nothing like, you are small, I will not do. Based on their requirement, we support them. So they come, but when they come, they have their own required taste. For example, this is my identity. Can you support in shelf life extension or having a consistent quality? So they come with that requirement. So it will not be a technology transfer. It will become a project.
Wonderful.
Where we customize the solution for their particular requirement and then we support them. Most That's likely, great. Whenever they are already established, or even the startups, when they come with the idea, concept or idea, and then they say like, we would like to have it, but can you just make it for us? We have done some trial, but I would like to make it further better. Okay. So we associate in that way. Wonderful. Yeah, there is nothing like you have to be, nothing like that. Yeah.
That's great to hear, ma'am. I just have one last question and then we'll open the floor for question. Can you talk a little bit about the incubation center at CFTRI?
Yeah, so we have 3 incubation centers, basically 2 incubation center, asset incubation. One is NPIC, Nutra 5.2 Incubation Center, and the other one is Biorack Bionist. Sri Lakshmi Madam is there, so you can just get more details about that. So these are the 2 incubation centers that we have. As an entrepreneur, you can just submit your proposal, and that will be scrutinized for the innovation and the individuality, and then the team will check, and then it will be like you will be allowed to come in. Incubation is in 3 modes. One is an in-house incubator where you can hire the place, office and the lab, and then you can work there. You can do development. The other one is like virtual, where you will be working from somewhere, but you will get the mentorship and other things here. And the third one is that it's in hybrid mode, where 15 days you can come here, 15 days you can from the place wherever you are looking for working. One advantage of being an incubator in CFTRI is that you get mentorship, you get access to the facilities that are there inside, and any discussion, people who are there inside. Otherwise, you need to depend on TTBD to direct you. But since you are an incubator, you will get to know who is working on this. You can go have a free interaction with them. That kind of a provision is there in incubation facility.
Wonderful. Thank you, ma'am.
And they also guide they train you, mentor you, and then pitching and all those things also you can do. It's like not a complete accelerated program where only the pitching and the marketing ability is done. But here, the technical knowledge is also imparted. So they are developing that confidence comes with the product, and then they do the best. So we guide, I think they are guiding them better. Yeah. So it's like that, yeah.
Wonderful. I think TIE also has a wonderful mentorship program. A lot of charter members here are mentors and investors. So we would love to see how TIE can be a part of helping startups in CFTRI with how to pitch, how to get investment, how to be investor ready, how to scale. All that I think TIE can also collaborate and add more value in that sector.
I think that already some MOUs are being framed or like signed. So maybe at that level it will happen. Yeah. Surely. I think it is foreseen. It's going to happen in recent times. So yeah, sooner it might happen.
Wonderful. So there's something in it for everybody, students, or it might be entrepreneurs or charter members, everybody here, and education institutions as well, of course. So much of potential to collaborate. The door is open, but the only door in front of railway station. You can remember that. And
because that is the only where the entry for the visitors are made. That's why. Otherwise the doors are open. But the entry
no, I'm just saying on a lighter note. just on a lighter note, seriously. And then you can write the email. So there's a lot of info that we need. I'm sure there is much more to uncover, but because we have 3 exciting pitches also lined up this evening, and I would like for ma'am to also share what new technologies are being worked on at CFTRI in the emerging sectors. But before we go to that presentation from Dr. Vijayalakshmi, I open the floor for any questions. We'll take about 3 or 4 questions maximum, please, and then we'll go to the presentation.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah,
Rajni. You spoke about that you sell technology to people?
We are not selling, we are transferring the knowledge.
Transferring the knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay. So does that have
Comes
any
with a
cost?
Yes, there's a cost for it. It is minimal.
Okay.
To be frank enough, comes in an average of 20 to 75,000. It's the broad, most of the technologies get covered here.
Wow.
There are some high-end technologies where fermentation is involved, or it becomes a high-cost technology where investment is also going to be higher. The value, giving something of value at 20,000, everyone will approach, but no commercialization will be there. So with that kind of a rationality, cost is given. We have technologies of 30 lakhs as well. But most of the technologies that are closer to the society are all in the range of 20 to 75,000.
That's great.
Continuation. Yeah. Usually, when you think of CFTRI, it's always scientists. You will have to be a science background person, otherwise you wouldn't understand. Is that true? Or anyone with a non-science background, can they approach you if they have an idea wherein it could be sold and I can
Transferred.
take it?
For the research, only science is required, ma'am. For working on the product, food and liking is more than sufficient. We know food because we are familiar with that from the time we are born. So food is always closer to the heart. So if you have the passion towards doing something in food, that is more than sufficient. No eligibility criteria, nothing like you have to be from science, nothing like you have to be a master's in MBA, or nothing like that. Just the drive for doing something, and that is more than sufficient to achieve. There have been licensees who don't know even to write. They take support of someone, come here, just taking support in writing, but they are doing wonders. To give some more insight, through some NGOs, we have transferred technologies to a self-help group women's. Okay, so there are 2 segments. One in Karnataka only we can say for this meaningful Shishu Pushan. So they have taken that, they are doing wonders. They are not from a big background, so nothing like that. But they are doing wonders. They have the interest. They are doing it perfect. No deviation from the standard SOPs given. They are doing wonders. So one of the success story of CSIR itself. Okay, and similarly on spirulina. Spirulina is important, right? But there is one group in Orissa, Nabrangpur to be more frank. Maybe I'm wrong with the name. Somewhere in Odisha. There are different self-help group. One of the groups working on only the cultivation, the rest of the people utilizing it in a value-added format of chicky. And again, they are minting money in crores. This is all the data that we are getting, because we are also putting across. Now, earlier CFTR was working in isolation, silent, not talking about. But even CSIR wants to talk about the success stories. This is all something, might be an inspiration for few people, but this is what is the reality.
Inspiration for all, for sure.
Madam, this question is related to academics, which I have taken from CFTRI 18 years back.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I was there as a director AICT New Delhi. Then we have decided to start a program called Postgraduate Diploma in Management Studies. At that time, I approached Rajesh Mache and Saurabh Sinha. They helped me in starting a course called AFMI, Agriculture and Food Management Institution. Many people are not aware. This course is available in MIT campus. Even it is being run nicely. The placements are excellent. All my students have gone to only chocolate, Amul and all. I want to thank, still it is being run, right? It is called, it is a 2 years MBA equivalent PG program. You helped us. The second one is using TIE. One of my student member of TIE, he came to CFTRI and his juice has been certified by CFTRI. They are going to manufacture. Already we have discussion with President and Ram and all. We are going to present. The student is going to present his product in one of the TIE. Yesterday I could sell my 20 crates of mango to CFTRI. My question is post-harvest thing is not really known to me because I'm a farmer, right?
Yes,
so hence I request you to throw some light on post-harvest. That is the agenda which you have, right?
Yes.
Maybe any of the fruits.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Mainly,
Mainly, I'm worried about mango. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for appreciating CFTRI for the support it has extended to you and your student. The second thing is about the post-harvest technology. We have had a lot of technology on export protocols. It was there. That time when it was invented, there were certain chemicals and additives that were allowed by the regulation. Now everyday regulation keeps changing across the world. So we are also working on that, sir. Fruits and Vegetable Department is working on this technology protocol for export also, where post-harvest technology is very much important. Cold storage, how to preserve, how to wash, how to clean. Each and every part of that protocol is being evaluated. Sooner, I think they will be coming up with the technology, but there are certain industries who have already approached. In collaboration with them, they are working on it. So, yeah, you can write to us, sir. We will be supporting on that. We will be guiding to you. Thank you for appreciating the facility as well, sir.
Awesome. We'll just have one more question.
Hi.
Please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ravi here. Hi. So, how does one gain exclusivity over the technology that CFTRI offers? For example, I understand, I'm saying for 20,000 what you are giving, it won't be exclusive. But in a project kind of a scenario, whatever the entrepreneur gains, will that remain exclusive to the entrepreneur and CFTRI will not have any rights over it, kind of a thing? So from an entrepreneurial perspective, I think it's important to address this, number one. Number two, in everything, what's in it for CFTRI? I'm saying while what you said is very nice and we feel like believing you, I'm saying we'll still view organizations like CFTRI with suspicion. Government organization, they may not be abreast with the most modern technology. Those kind of suspicions remain. So how do you ensure that that hurdle is crossed? Are there efforts being made at your end?
Sir, I will first answer to the second question. Please visit us, okay? You will have the real-time visit of the facility, understand how we approach, then the thought of government organization, how they will do, what they are doing, thoughts will get vanished. So please visit us. You will get the real-time experience of how CFTRI functions. This is the first thing I would like to address. The second, or your first question is that exclusivity, yes, for the project mode we give exclusivity. Earlier when CFTRI or CSIR was functioning, never this exclusivity period was there, because we were like, anything that we do is for the society, knowledge is for the society, tax saver money, we do develop something, let's give it for free. But certain scenarios where something very critical for the society is being developed and never seen the end of the light. not commercialized, not allowed for others also to commercialize. That is when at the CSIR level, CSIR is under PMO and Vice President, Ministry of Science and Technology is the Vice President. So at that level, there are certain guidelines that has come across saying that please support the society, but keep some kind of a control so that we will give you the exclusivity for certain period. If you want to extend, please extend, do the benefit. If you are not willing, please allow someone else to take it up and so that the society will be benefit. That kind of a guidelines is there, sir. We do provide exclusivity for the project. That can be negotiated. We can sit over, depending on the project, we can work it out. And one more clarity I would like to give. Food being a product, the same product is not, there's a life cycle for any product that is launched. So you will not, if it is going to be a key, for example, as an ingredient or as a process, then a lifetime exclusivity looking out for that is, yes, we will also accept. But if it is going to be a product, holding on that will not make any sense in the marketing anymore. So because even after 3 months or 4 months, at the maximum 1 year, the product will be liked. Post that, people will expect what new in the same product. You will enter into, in the research, there are different formats, sir. One is product reinvention, where you come up with new flavors or packaging differentiation. So you will keep working on that. So now with the current marketing trend and the requirement from the consumer, holding it for a long time might not make sense. But if required, always you are approachable, you can just write to us, we can work on it. It's always like across the table, we can sit and closer. Nothing is like we will say no. We will sit, we will see, we will check for the possibilities, and then we can take it up. Even when there is a timeline, you can always look out for an extension.
Makes perfect sense. Thank you.
That's how we work, sir.
Wonderful.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure there are many questions, but I'll take only one final question from Dr. Sri Lakshmi here, and then we'll close. Yes.
My question actually comes.
Can somebody send a mic there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Food being regulated, and you know how FSSAI is doing things these days. There is a very big critical change which is coming in FSSAI, which is actually the body which regulates these particular products that you can take out. Most of the FSSAI people are from CFTRI, the people who make policies and everything. Do you think that CFTRI also will take this initiative of educating people as to time on time that how these regulations have to be taken care of? Most of us, when we start our companies, we have no clue what regulation is until that FSSAI comes and talks to us. And people who are making policies are either from CFTRI or from NIFTEM. Those are the people. So if it would be really nice for especially entrepreneurs like us, where we would be updated on new regulations or new policies which are coming. Every day there is a change which is coming.
I accept that every day some change is coming, ma'am. One more point I would like to throw here. It is not that, as a scientific panel, yes, most of the scientists from CFTRI are part of FSSAI, BIS, and most of the regulatory bodies, okay? But the guidelines comes in consensus with some of the industry representatives, farmer representatives. It is sit across and the guidelines is put as a draft. Things are taken and then the policy is made. The regulation is out. So controlling on that from the CFTI side, yes, we cannot do a major thing. But yes, we are conducting some short-term courses where we talk about what is FSSAI, what are the regulations, how it has to be approached. We are not doing like, no, there are certain organizations, they dissect the FSSAI and for everything they keep giving trainings. We are not working like that, but we are giving trainings. If we are also open. We have a FSSAI accredited laboratory, National Referral Laboratory in CFTRI, which is a department called Food Safety and Analytical Quality Control Laboratory, where you can always reach out. There is no restriction for that. At least for the institute and the TTBD, there you have to have an entry. You can just say you're going for submitting of samples and all. You have an easy pass towards FSAQC laboratory. There's a customer cell. You can approach them. They will guide you on the guidelines as well. They might not give you the complete guidance, but at least they'll make you aware of what you have to do, what is right, what is wrong. You can always approach, some kind of a guidance you will get. Trainings, yes, on a calendar basis, there are certain trainings being done. You can check our website for short-term courses. If anything that is pertaining to regulation, yes, you can do. There are a lot of initiatives being taken, ma'am, and our MSc students are trained on the FSSAI regulations. That is also a part of it. In association with an industry, we are doing it. So like that, we are taking initiative, making at least the people inside is more aware of the regulation. And then whenever people are coming for any kind of a guidance on technology or project or just giving their samples, we are making them aware of what exactly the regulation says.
Great.
So that kind of a guidance we are doing, but not on a major scale or a mass scale.
It's great, ma'am. Thank you. Like sir mentioned, only one question from a student, and then we can talk after the presentations because we still have an hour's worth of session to go. So only any one question from a student.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes.
I am Satyajit from MIT College, Tandapura. I am currently pursuing AI DSD as a degree. How AI is being used in like basically food processing and food technology in CFTRI? Basically, I am a little bit curious about knowing it.
Yeah. So I'll be just presenting through, but not a detailed one, but I'll just brush through. The AI is like normally, it's simple. Food is it's like a living organism. Food is life. Okay, it has life. That is why it is called storage shelf life. Shelf life, we say. Okay, so every day, you take 1 kg of rice, every grain has an individuality. That is where AI comes. You map the data and you give the information to the machineries or to a person. Okay, your quality of the product is like this, you have to treat it this way, or you have to add extra salt or extra gluten or something like that. That kind of a data is mapped first. Now recently most of the industries are working on that line. You have quality assurance happening, quality safety, analytical things where AI is being implemented, and machinery when they are doing, for example, grading, sorting, all those places AI is being used. Where the data is studied, more than 1,000 data points are created, then the model is made and then the system is created so that when it is implemented in the machinery, when the samples or the products are being screened, it is quality checked. The sort, like even the inner part, we have this image processing. There are certain tools that can be integrated, data can be collected, and then using AI, the program can be made. That program will help in sorting the machineries. This is one of the example. Like that, similarly, every part of the processing, AI can be integrated. The quality checking can be more stringent. So you assure the quality, you assure the size, you assure the color. So like that, this is one of the example I would like to say. Like that, in many ways, AI is being implemented. Every topic, it's like the complete supply chain, it can be integrated with AI. So from the inventory till the end of the sales, return, disposal, everything can be integrated, and using AI, it can be maintained properly so that wastage can be reduced, energy efficiency can be achieved. So in different aspects, AI has been integrated, is being applied across the world. And yeah, in CFTRI, there are scientists who are working with AI on certain aspects.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's great to hear, ma'am. That I would also like to know more about the emerging technologies. Thank you so much for answering so clearly, so precisely. True testament to the fact that you're a wonderful scientist because you answered everything without beating around the bush. So thank you for that, ma'am. We'd now like to hear from you on the advancements in technology at CFTRI. And post that, I'm sure many of them are more eager to know. So would request you to please be with us and interact with the audience here after your session. So thank you once again.
Thank you for this good interaction. It kept live and we never know how much time went. Thank you for these questions, interesting questions. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So I'll be taking through the recent advancements in food processing. It is not restricting yourself to CFTRI, it is across the world. I will not say these are the major trends, but in research front, yeah, these are the major trends. Like, another 10 years, at least this will be the talk of the town. Okay, in that perspective, this presentation is made. So basically, what is the need for food processing? One, extending shelf life, ensuring the quality, consistency, and making it available for everyone, reducing the wastage, energy efficiency, all those concepts are there. So basically, food processing came in for making the product majorly available across the world, across the time. So many seasonal fruits are there. Earlier, you will get it only for example, mangoes. Only during that peak summer you get it, and after that, no mangoes. But with the boon of or blessings of processing, we have mango pulp, mango juice, mango bar, different products are there. So processing helps in extending the shelf life of a product in a value added form. In a short or a brief, I am just telling what is the importance of food processing. And then the recent trend is, we know what is food processing. Actually speaking, we have been doing food processing for a long time, for ages together. We are cooking at home. It is a food processing. We are doing pickling. It is food processing. We have been doing for ages together without knowing the science behind that. So that science is being talked now as a food processing, and then it is made aware for the extended community. That is all the difference. We have been doing it, but in a systematic way with the science background, we are now talking about it. That's all. But otherwise, food processing is something that has been there for ages together. Now, I will be taking you through the novel food processing. Normally, food processing means there are two things. One, using temperature. The other one is without any temperature. Okay. But when you're using some temperature, there are certain degradations happening because softening of the cells happen. Okay, so that is where the degradation also comes in, and the taste profile changes, all these things are there. Now consumer doesn't want any longer shelf life. They don't want more heat treatment done. They want clean label, no preservative. All these things are marketing statements or terminologies. Might not be true. But these are all attractive terminologies used by marketing people. Yeah, everyone has to sell their product. No, they come up with the stories. Storyboard. I worked in industry, so I know how we create stories. So that's why with that experience, I'm just saying. So the concept is like that. Okay. So now with the need of no temperature, novel processing technologies have come into place. This has been studied for a long time, but actual implementation at the industrial scale is happening now. That is where this novel processing technology comes in, which is called, basically there are different technologies, some with the temperature, some without the temperature. Minimal processing technologies are there where the degradation is said to be controlled. Okay, and the major criteria here is that to have an extended shelf life. So hurdle technology is something more required. What is hurdle is, there are two different concepts which can be combined together to have the benefit of both the technologies. You have the salt, you have other natural preservative that is added along with some kind of a treatment, so that you have a minimal impact on the quality of the product with the chemicals, and then you have an extended shelf life. That is one of the major concept comes in, where two different technologies are combined and then made into. And then we have cold plasma. We know that the energy at the electron level, plasma level, even that can be used for preservation. Basically, what is spoilage? How you can preserve the product? The product can be preserved when the deterioration is controlled. It can be at the enzymatic level, it can be at the microbial level, or at the different levels, right? So majorly two concepts are taken in order to control the product deterioration. One is the enzymatic deterioration, the other one is the microbial deterioration. All the major processing techniques or preservation techniques targets only these two. Either you devoid of availability of water for the microbe to grow, or destruct the microbe. So this is the major concept that works in, and there are different techniques that is being done. New techniques, I would not say everything is new, but it is being studied, but now there is more awareness on it and people are more oriented towards it. The application can be at the ingredient level to the final product level. This is how the novel processing technologies are being put across. Encapsulation is something where you ensure the targeted bioactive is available across the shelf life, and when you are consumed also, it reaches the target place, and then it gets available there. So that is the major concept. These are the novel processing technologies. I will not go in depth, but I'll just brush through on that. Now recently, if you say even any product that you take, there comes a functional claim. It might not be the actual product claim, but it will be the ingredient based claim. This amount of turmeric is there, so it is having curcumin. It is going to give you this health benefit. This is the concept that many people are talking. Thereby, it is classified as functional food even by FSSAI. So there are certain claims. Whenever you're talking about functional food, please refer to FSSAI because that is very much stringent. There are certain claims, how much percentage is there, basis that only you can say whether it is rich or it is a source. That is very critical. You might have to refer the FSSAI guidelines. So functional food is nothing but normal food, but when you consume it, it is going to give you functionality. It can be health or it can be, other energy. So in that aspect, it can be a nutrition claim or a general claim. So when there is a functionality that comes in with the product, then it is a functional food. So personalized food is nothing but, for example, there is a group of people, for example, diabetic people. For them, the glycemic index has to be less. In that case, you formulate a product for that particular target group. So you're personalizing the food for that particular target. It need not necessarily be for an individual, but at least for the particular category. So that is where the personalized food comes in. Personalized nutrition is also another concept where I will be taking through. So there are different forms in which you can make the functional food and the personalized food. One can be encapsulation technique, which I already said. It's like a ball where the inner core will have the active compound. So it is like preserved. Like you're putting a stone inside a ball and then you're preserving it. It's like that. Once it reaches the target group, the outer wall gets removed and then the release of the active ingredient happens. This is one of the technology which plays a major role in functional food or nutraceutical products. Even pharmaceutical encapsulation is the major technique that has been be used nowadays. And then fortification enhancement. Nowadays, you will be listening to fortified oil, fortified milk. This is prevalent to address your nutrition deficiency. So this iodized salt is a very beautiful example of fortification. People had goiter issue, iodine deficiency. That is the moment when prevalently something as a staple, when you consume this issue is solved. So iodine was fortified in the salt. Now we know only iodized salt. We never know what is normal salt. So like that has become a major thing. And prevalently people thought in order to remove the deficiencies, in the staple food you can fortify product either by addition or by removing another problematic ingredient. That is where the enhancement concept comes in. Not necessarily everything need to be added. If you remove something, even then your product becomes functionally good. That is where the enhancement concept comes in. And then the plant-based alternative, now there is a movement of vegan, flexitarian, all these attractive concepts coming in, alternative protein. So that is another segment. There are people who are sensitive to certain ingredients, or by culturally or by how the body behaves. So that is where the need came in, and with boon of COVID, this has become a big topic. And now everyone is moving towards that. This is also a movement because of the sustainability concept. Okay, so I'm just keeping it brief there. And then nutrogenomics at the genome level. For example, I'm eating a product. How my body behaves. Everything is like, it is like a chemical. Right? The chemical gets penetrated to every other part of your body. At the genetic level, what happens if I'm getting exposed to this particular ingredient for a longer time? Or like how my body behaves. It behaves because of something that is happening inside. It can be at the chemical level, metabolic level, even at the genome level. That is where this nutrigenomic concept comes in. So different concepts are there. So that is also a recent topic that comes in with the personalized food. And then, personalized nutrition. What is personalized nutrition? Nowadays, you find a lot of nutritional clinics coming in, apps coming in. You can just put your weight, height, and your body circumference and all. Then they'll give you recommendations. It is all by mapping a different, they have done a lot of study. So they have the data. Basis that they evaluate. In this personalized nutrition, the major concept is they recommend you a particular product. They check how your body responds. And then either they continue or they change the menu. It is applicable even at the hospital level, to the clinical level, or at the app level. So everywhere the concept is same. They check how your body behaves to a particular product, and then the menu is altered. That is where the nutrition comes in. AI concept and all, sir, you asked. Here, most of the AI things comes in because now you have this cooking unit where AI feeds in. You can say how much energy you want, how much protein you want. It will tell what all ingredients, how much you can add. All this comes with that data. Okay. So yeah, omics I already mentioned. So how this impacts your nutrition, your metabolism, all these things are being studied. And then, yeah, AI, OT on personalized nutrition. Data is like mapped because we know if you take majority of the diabetic people have certain symptoms. If they eat something like this, how their body responds. That is being mapped, and then the data is taken and the menu is made. So that is where this personalized nutrition comes in. Nowadays, you scan the product menu, my plate, and then it will tell how much energy I ate, and all those things are there because the data for individual ingredient is mapped. You have ICMR database. For example, you can just go and check in the website. Okay, you can just write nutrition data for Indian foods. You get some data which is open. That can be a base. Relatively, in the laboratory, each ingredient is evaluated, it is mapped. So just with the click of the photo, and you mention what all ingredients are there, you will get to know in that portion side how much nutrition you are getting. So this is all done based on integration of the actual nutrition science and the AI and other implications. Additive manufacturing, this is another recent advancement that is coming in. 3D printing is very much familiar in plastics, molding, printing, all those concepts. Even in food it is happening, specifically in personalized nutrition. People who will not be able to bite or swallow, 3D gives a delicate texture which can be easily consumed. You can say for this person you have to add X amount of protein, X amount of this mineral, Y amount of this thing. You can make a flour and then keep it. You can make it more attractive in whatever shape that particular person wants, and then you can present them. It can be different formats that can, it not necessary all the 3D printed should be in the solidified, very rock solid format. Okay, so that is where 3D comes in. As an ingredient, it works out. For an ingredient business also, it works out. Only thing is, till now, 3D at a batch scale level and a research level, it is happening. Industrial scale, there are still some challenges. Because large scale, how much energy you will take? Because it is not a continuous process. How many, nozzles you will have? So there are certain constraints which all the R&D team across the world is working towards. That is one thing. Similarly, sintering and laser printing, another new concept that is coming in line of 3D printing, which is also used for further designing of the food products. Yeah, packaging. So now we talk about the health of the environment. Till now we have been talking about the health of human being. So health of the environment, one of the impact what we always say is packaging material. It can be a plastic or any other food material. So plastic is something, actually speaking, we cannot devoid of, but we can minimize the usage. Because normally now people want a product that stays for a longer time. They need fresh, but they want it to be fresh for a longer time. So in order to retain it for fresh, you have to have a barrier property which controls the interaction between the environment and the product. That stability comes with the packaging, but there are innovations happening in packaging as well in order to have the similar barrier property without giving the harmfulness to the environment. Such innovations are happening, and yeah, biodegradable machines are there, packaging material is there, where a combination of different plastics and biodegradable cellulose, hemicellulose kind of ingredient is made, that which degrades easily. All those concepts are coming in, and eco-friendly. Yeah, now people are turning back to the leaf packaging, making a cup out of the leaves, and using the starch. All those concepts are coming in here. But durability and shelf life is something that need to be evaluated before taking such kind of an initiative. Smart packaging and active packaging is, for example, protocol for shelf life extension of mangoes. So there are certain scavengers that can be used in order to control the release of ethylene or any, normally ethylene is being produced when you're ripening. Okay, the scavengers are used in order to remove the ethylene, and then the shelf life is extended. Like that, there are certain concepts that comes in the smart packaging and the active packaging. And there are oxygen absorbers, carbon absorbers that are used in order to extend the shelf life. This is all certain concepts that are coming up under packaging. It is also MAP packaging is there, modified atmospheric packaging, controlled atmospheric packaging. At large level for any storage, you would have heard about cold storage. It is nothing but controlled atmospheric storage. How much, it is all depending on the respiration quotient of that particular product. Okay, so like that, there are many innovations happening under this one. And the wax coating of the apple is one of the beauty of packaging, where the product is extended, shelf life is extended. And then, so the major impact of food technologies: increased efficiency, the quality is improved, and shelf life is extended, flavor is retained, all those things are there. But there is also resource depletion, because certain technologies require water, requires energy. That is where the minimal processing hurdle technologies are all coming into play. This concept of talking about the pros and cons of food processing came in with more sustainability concepts, CSR activities, all those things. With that talk, even the pros and cons of food processing is being highlighted. So now stepping into sustainability and circular economy, a fruit as a peel, as a stone, as a flesh, not everything is converted into a juice, correct? The rest of it goes into waste. What happens to that? Circular economy is where even the waste is utilized into a different format. So that is where it comes in, which also ensures sustainability, so that nothing goes waste and it is being converted into a value-added product. And then, the same thing I have put across. Green technologies recently, to devoid of any chemicals that is being let out in the environment, green technologies have come into major requirement. So it can be for processing or extraction of an ingredient or synthesizing some compound. Everywhere, when there is no chemical involved or only water is involved, then the technology is called as a green technology or a green processing technology. Digitalization and industrialization. We have started working on Industry 4.0, where AI, IoT, big data, virtual reality, augmented reality, all those concepts are stepping in. But the world has progressed. Industry 5.0 is happening. So it is nothing but integration of the actual science and this Industry 4.0, it is integration. It is not like only the IoT and other things can work. Without the human brain, nothing can happen. So integration of everything is what is the concept of 5.0. So it is just a brief on that. So basically, AI machine learning is basically involved in order to find out what data can be taken and how it can be interpreted for easing the processing. And a virtual reality, augmented reality also is being implemented in every stages of processing, supply chain, sensory attribute, marketing, safety analysis. Everywhere, even those concepts are coming in, giving a real experience of the product, even before it is reaching the market. IoT enabled, again, real-time monitoring of the complete processing thing. So the same thing, how it is being done, blockchain, all these things, just for a brief, I have just put across, augmented reality, virtual experience, big data. So this is all with the recent advancements that is happening and how the food industry is working on. So it will be the topic for the next few years, and anything that is interesting or you have some concept towards that, we are open for collaboration. We can take it forward in the same line, whichever is of your interest. And it can be, but if the R&D is not available in that sheet, then it will be a project mode. This is something that I would just put across here. And so next I just wanted to take to how people, you are asking how to see what CFTRI is doing. This list, fortunately you are having it today. But otherwise, in the website, if you just open in the mid of the page, there is something called SNT services, where technology database is there, free technology is there, where you get to know what are the technologies available. What is technology database and free technology base? Certain technologies that we said it has to be open for all. We don't need someone to tell them this is how you have to do. Those technologies, we have made it free. You can just register yourself, download, and you can do it all by yourself. You need any technically advisory on that, you can always approach us. We will be guiding you on that. So this is a free technology. Technology database is those technologies that is there. If you click that technology database, it will take you a web search window where you can just type the name of the technologies, one-page information will come. If in case it is not available, you can write to us, we will be sharing it with you. Okay? That QR code, which will take you directly to the website, is already available there in the brochure. At the end of that, it is there. You can always look into that. Apart from that, there are other S&T services that we are providing for the major people that who are available here. Central instrumentation facility is like for the students outright there. If you want to analyze any samples, or as industries, you are developing something new, you just want to analyze a particular, using one instrument, you can always register yourself here, submit your sample at a cost, you can get it evaluated, and then you will have the report. That kind of a facility is available. Pilot scale facility is something, we have a line machineries at a certain scale where you can produce your products. We will suggest it is for your marketing study, because we are not having an FSSAI license. If you have to sell your product, you should have an FSSAI license. But there are ways and means in which we can support you in that as well. Okay, you can approach us for any pilot scale development of any product. If in case you already have a recipe, you just want to, you are doing at a 5 kg capacity, but you want to try it at a 100 kg capacity. That capacity we don't have. We have some 10 kg, 20 kg capacity machineries. You can try in those machineries, see how your product is behaving. Scaling up, you can do it yourself. And then you can invest on your machineries. Basically, pilot scale services are there to give you confidence on the product, your process, so that you make a convinced capital investment. And then you take it forward. Your product you can develop, like you produce there, take it to the market, do a consumer study, understand how your product is accepted. Then you can further invest on the launch and all those things. Okay, and then we have a PMFMP. Yeah, we are recognized for banana and coffee board under ODOP. So you can also get yourself trained for those things. And then we have CFTRI patent. Some of you will be interested in patent licensing as well. So we have a database outright there. You can just check there. If anything is of your interest, you can always write to us. Yeah, incubation facility, I've already explained. You can just go through that. Yeah, so food safety and quality control, most of the people don't know, like products you make the products, but as per FSSAI, every 6 months your product need to be evaluated for certain standards. You can submit your sample, get it analyzed, you will get the report. It is never a certification. Why? Because batch to batch the product varies. So it is always a report that is submitted not only by FSSAI, any lab you go, it will only be a report. I just wanted to emphasize that. So you can just submit your samples, you can get it tested for the FSSAI compliance, and then you can have it with you. And then we can guide you on the FSSAI regulation as well as based on your requirement. And they also do some capacity building on instrument capacity, how to analyze a product. There are laboratories who come up for requiring training in the instrument analysis or specific methodology analysis. We do cater those trainings as well. So like that we do a support. And then nutritional intervention, people from Karnataka know there are certain products which is being given to ICDS program kids and all for their nutrition intervention. So like that, similarly across the Indian states, few states have already associated with us for their nutrition intervention. We have a package of products that has been given to the kids for addressing their anemic condition. And the Sam and Mam kids are are found to have improved their status, and then anemic condition has been found to be reduced. And then CFTRI, skill development capacity. There are different modes in which we can do. We have a short-term training. In the website again, you can just type for short-term courses. You get the calendar for the complete financial year, what all trainings is happening when. You can just apply for that, and then you can just join for the awareness on the particular topic. And we also are a part of NSDC, FISCI and other bodies where we engage in training people. We have a farmer-centric program where farmers from different regions comes in for a specific awareness and we train them. So like that we have been engaged in skill and capacity building. And yeah, this slide you have already seen. We are proud to say that we have catered to more than 5,000 entrepreneurs. They started as an entrepreneur. Now they are established MNCs. We are still continuing our establishment with them. There are just a few of them we have put across because fitting in all the 5,000 is a little difficult. So we have just put across few people because easily you can connect. It is not that we have not purposely put the startups. We have a good number of startups. They started as startups. Now they are big MNCs. They are minting monies in crores. We are proud to say, we are happy to see them doing that. So there are few people we have just put across. Across the world, people are associating with us. It is not like only the developed countries, even in the developing countries, all the countries have been associated with CFTRI. Yeah, so the same sheet, if in case anyone did not get the sheet, you can just scan this, you will get the digital format of the list of technologies. And then, yeah, so this is, you can always write to us. We will be there to support you. Thank you.
Wonderful fireside chat and presentation, making us all much more open and understand the world of CFTRI. Now we have 3 exciting startups, or rather incubators of CFTRI who are right here with us. Request them to please share their ideas. For paucity of time, we won't probably have the Q&A with you all as we discussed. However, there's a dinner soon after this event. We request all of you to please join and everybody can ask the questions and have a nice engagement. So without further ado, I'll start the first company, which is represented by Dr. Sandanamudi Anudeep, is that right? Who's the co-founder of Sugarcan Innovations Private Limited. So can we have Dr. Anudeep here on stage, please?
I finished my PhD from CFTRI itself, and CFTRI has been very kind to me. While doing my PhD itself, I just escaped from CFTRI and started a startup. So this was back in 2016. I was very young that time. And that startup currently is a very big company with 900 crore valuation. So we have a corporate office in Bangalore and we have a very big manufacturing facility in Mysuru, 20,000 square feet. So as ma'am was mentioning, we were into biodegradable polymers. So we do the biodegradable packaging for many big industries like Toyota, Tata and all those things. We are the suppliers for all of them, including some temples in Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh as well. And this is my second startup. I still didn't exit my first startup, but I stepped down from the board and I started my second company. And I should thank COVID. I finished my PhD during COVID lockdown. I was very free. I thought, okay, let me submit my thesis and finish my PhD. So I was lucky I got my doctorate as well from CFTRI. And my guide was very happy for that. So this is my second startup, Sugarcan Innovations Private Limited. So the problem, this is the problem. We all like to eat. And in our days, at least we used to go out, walk, buy and come. But nowadays, you watch a cricket match on Instamart. Right, everything is Insta. For us, at least was fast. Now it's instant everything. This is the problem. And when we eat, it's all about sugars. Sugar in one form or the other. We eat idli dosa morning, it's sugar. Rice again, sugar. You eat chips, sugar. You eat pastries, cakes, anything you eat is sugar. There is no escape from sugar for us. Okay, we are so addicted to this sugar, we just can't escape from it because the alternatives are very expensive. So that's the problem. We cannot change the preference and behavior of the consumers. So we came up with a solution. So we are going to tell you. And please don't think I'm only talking about eating. Even drinking is sugar. Your Coke and people who are alcohol drinking, you're not safe either. Alcohol itself is high calorie. Either beer or any hot alcohol, it itself has high calories. So I'll introduce a very small concept. Dr. Vijayalakshmi must have said about this. I don't know if we had given notice to it. Glycemic index. When you eat something, that is, your blood sugar will spike. The amount of spike is called glycemic index. How much it is spiking? Okay, with this concept, we introduced an additive. If you are drinking Coke, you can add 2 drops of this additive in your Coke, mix it and drink it. You will enjoy the taste, flavor, but your body will not get the sugar. If you are drinking beer, add 2 drops and you drink beer, or you'll get the hang of it, your body will not get the calories. Is this good enough? My team is said, did you bring samples? I think they bought. Let's all try there. So today your calories is on me. Yeah, so why this is very important? We had a recent clinic visit in Bangalore where we screened people. Out of 1,000 people we screened, 800 people are diabetic. It is just they don't know it yet. In another 5 or 10 years, they're going to become diabetic. We say they are diabetic already. They just don't know it yet, okay? So the curve you see there, this is not working point. Okay, the orange curve. The orange curve you see there, where the blood glucose is going above 220, that is the glucose spike when you drink a Coke or beer or any idli, dosa or rice after a meal, that is a glucose spike that you get. What does that mean to your body? It means, I think you all drive cars, taking your car on a Bangalore-Mysuru expressway and driving it in second gear. Your engine will get heated up. Okay, your car is going to break down. Now you see with the additive, the green line, your blood sugar will not spike beyond 140. Now, what does it mean in real terms? You go on a Bangalore-Mysuru expressway in top gear. Does your car experience any trouble now? It will be very smooth. So your body will be very smooth. Your metabolism will be very smooth. Okay, this is the difference with what change that we are bringing with Sugarcan's additive. So how does it work? It encapsulates the free sugars in your food. Okay, while you get the taste of it, your body cannot be able to absorb the sugar from your food. So it will be excreted outside. So this is the technology behind it. So we tested this additive across different foods, like sugar syrup, idli dosa batter, high fructose corn syrups. These are very bad than sugar. So you think all your cool drinks outside are using sugar. They don't actually use sugar. They use high fructose corn syrup, which is very bad. So we tested with all these things and we could reduce 30 to 50% of the sugar from that food. So additive comes in white color and we tested across various products. So now, what is the costing of this? We are only going to add 20 paisa extra to reduce the calorie content in the foods per kg of the product. So are there competitors for us? There are few in line, but not direct competition. There is a company called Munch from US. So it's fundamentally a gel. First you drink this gel, it will fill up your stomach, so that you won't be able to take any other food after that. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it like a tablet what is given to a diabetic? Only one. It does the same.
That's different, little different. But almost same. It has little different mechanism of action. And that works at intestine level. So this is at a stomach. Next, included sugar is from Israel. They change the perception of sweetness. So you're adding 2 tablespoons in your tea. So instead you can add 1 tablespoon of this one, which gives the same sweetness. But that's a problem. When your mind perceives sweetness, your insulin is released. That means you're going to become diabetic. So coming to unit economics, I think we produce only sugar. So we have MOUs with 5 different sugar industries, including Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. So they're ready to pay us 15 rupees per kg, as royalty to use our technology. So that will bring us around 90 crores just in royalties in the next third year. This year we are targeting 15 crores from royalties, only for sugar. So we already co-developed idli dosa batter with our additive, and it became low-G. It is clinically tested and proved. So we are going to launch the product in July along with Idea Fresh Foods Private Limited. And we also have licensed our technology to 5 sugar companies, and we are talking to a very big industry to market this sugar. And we also developed a low GI jaggery, and we are in talks with Tata Group as a marketing partner for this product. So this is myself. I think I was very young that time. So I finished my PhD from CFTRI with polymer science and nanotechnology is my major background. And my co-founder is Dr. Prashant Varki. He is a plastic surgeon. And that is my business team. And we have Charan and Rohit. My team is here. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anudeep. It's a fantastic product. Never had heard of it before. Eager to order some beers after this soon. Thank you, Dr. Anudeep. Now, next we have another startup with us, Mr. Jubanayan Saikia. Can you please come here? He's from Assam, is what I gathered from him when we were chatting up before the event. Would like to know more about what his product is. We'll have a slide ready. Another round of applause. Let's welcome him on stage.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to present ourselves in front of Time Mysuru. So we are Indimeat. Our company name is Swasthya Samriddhi Private Limited. So we are developing protein bars from meat. Why meat? Because it consists all of our required amino acids. And why Swasthya Samriddhi? It's like we used to say, no, there is a proverb, health is wealth. So Swasthya Samriddhi is the Sanskrit version, nothing but health and wealth. So what gap we have identified in the market is there is a very limited ready-to-eat meat products are available in the market, which are very minimally processed. And lactose intolerant people, they are unable to consume whey protein. And there are lack of clean level functional food available in the market in India as well as globe. So 1 out of every 3 Indian we can see they are lactose intolerant, as well as more than 80% of Indian population are not getting their daily required amount of protein. That is the another reason behind why we are a diabetic country, along with sugar, rightly said my other founder Anudeep. So what we have developed is a ready-to-eat chicken bar, which is also a quick hunger solution, infused with immunity-boosting herbs, with no sugar, no preservative. That's one of our USP. And it's a self-stable in the room temperature. And product price range is from 99 rupees to 249 rupees, and with 1 year shelf life in the room temperature. So this is aligned with the RDA guidelines. This is also good for the lactose. Also, it infused, or not infused, it is bioavailable product where vitamin and heme iron, which is one of the essential nutrient required for our body, which is by default available. So this is the other product which we are doing R&D. This is nutraceutical powder, which will help you for the diabetic patients, as well as it can be given to the therapeutic and geriatric patients as well. So this is the first product which we have tried in the market. We also run a small customer experience center in Guwahati, Assam, where we interact with the customers directly. We are trying to sell different products from the different competitors or similar products with different producers, where we find out that this product, though it has a market, it can be used as a healthy snack, but it doesn't have the shelf life of 1 year, or it cannot kept in the room temperature. So that's why we moved to protein bar. So this is our target market. Mostly it's for the health enthusiasts, athletes, sports person, therapeutic and geriatric patients, lactose intolerant, and it also can be given to the defense personnel who's serving in the high altitude or in the remote locations. So this is a journey till now. Recently we have soft launched our product in Taiwan. It's liked by the Taiwanese market as well. And after that we are doing our further R&D for the flavor enhancement and stability with CFTRI right now. That's why I am here. And it has been displayed or it's been tested by the Indian defense personnel as well in the recent visit in the CFTRI. So it's liked by them very much. So this is the market scenario in India. If you see, it's a $24.8 million market, and it's growing as per the compound annual growth rate. It is going to be a 5,000 crore market in India by 2030. So these are revenue streams. We are exploring multi-channel sales along with our own customer experience center. Since we are developing in a very pilot level, so we are unable to do the quick commerce, because for that we need a FSSAI license, not the registration. With the registration, we will not be able to sell it online. So we are working on that. And we are also looking for corporate partnerships, and we are also doing the trial in gyms as well. So for corporate partnerships and other help, we are here right now. So this is the competitive analysis. With Indian, we have only one direct competitor, that is Herbsick. They are in a very traditional flavor model, in achari flavor or some other flavors like that. And we are carnivore, and it's one more brand, and Synthasix is not here. They are from US and UK. They have very dominant market in UA. So in that way, we are an import substitute for the product which we are exporting or importing from the outside. And Super Yoga were indirect competitors, though we have some differences in our production as well in taste and flavor. So this is our business model. The modern and general trade, quick com and e-com we are exploring. We are directly engaging with the customers. We are looking for endorsement and influencer partnership as well. Initial discussion has been completed with few of them. So hopefully by next 1 or 2 months, we will be able to see our product in all the social media platforms. So this is our traction. Monthly, we are selling around 60,000-70,000 rupees of our first product, as well as we are doing the trial marketing for the second product. So this is our team. Myself, Jubanayan. I am an ex-banker. Sainika Deka, she has experience working for World Bank, as well as she is work for Indian Institute of Entrepreneurship. So this is our team and R&D support we are getting from CFTRI, also from National Meat Research Institute in Hyderabad. Mitali ma'am helping us in nutritional aspects, and we are also been helped by Mache sir and Tanaji sir in CFTRI, one for the formulation and R&D. Mache sir is helping us in the packaging part. Suhana, she is taking care of the R&D. And we have been mentored by College of Defense Management while developing a product for analysis. With Indian, we have only one direct competitor, that is Herbsick. They are in a very traditional flavor model, in achari flavor or some other flavors like that. And we are carnivore, and it's one more brand, and Synthasix is not here. They are from US and UK. They have very dominant market in UA. So in that way, we are an import substitute for the product which we are exporting or importing from the outside. And Super Yoga were indirect competitors, though we have some differences in our production as well in taste and flavor. So this is our business model. The modern and general trade, quick com and e-com we are exploring. We are directly engaging with the customers. We are looking for endorsement and influencer partnership as well. Initial discussion has been completed with few of them. So hopefully by next 1 or 2 months, we will be able to see our product in all the social media platforms. So this is our traction. Monthly, we are selling around 60,000-70,000 rupees of our first product, as well as we are doing the trial marketing for the second product. So this is our team. Myself, Jubanayan. I am an ex-banker. Sainika Deka, she has experience working for World Bank, as well as she is work for Indian Institute of Entrepreneurship. So this is our team and R&D support we are getting from CFTRI, also from National Meat Research Institute in Hyderabad. Mitali ma'am helping us in nutritional aspects, and we are also been helped by Mache sir and Tanaji sir in CFTRI, one for the formulation and R&D. Mache sir is helping us in the packaging part. Suhana, she is taking care of the R&D. And we have been mentored by College of Defense Management while developing a product for how you pasteurize milk, right? There is no preservative, but it stays well in that container. So we are also taking help of a 3-layer material where meat can be kept in the room temperature after sterilizing. So no preservative required for that. And salt is there as a natural preservative. Also, we are using some herbs to get the combination right so that you will not feel the taste bad, and the product also can be kept in the room temperature for a longer time.
What would ethically sourced mean?
Ethical. Yeah. Okay. So meat, if you see, for culling means for killing, I can say, or it is scientifically collected as well as processed, or we can say scientifically processed. That's why we are connecting them. We are taking that from the slaughterhouses, which is approved scientifically, where the bird will not get the pain while it get processed for our consumption. That's the another reason many of the hormone will not get released and meat will not get contaminated. If you kill an animal just like that, or you hit it without any prior consent, or you cannot say consent, without any prior preparation, then there are more chances, or in case of any food, if you tear a fruit, very harmful or just like very strongly, by the quality of the fruit or anything get maybe spoiled, right? So there's every process in ancient days, even for tearing a flower also, while worshipping, they used to do the prayer for that. I am taking this flower for offering to my God, please don't mind. So like, in any fruit, in any food, we have to do that actually. We are doing that way, which is scientifically approved as well. Yes. Yes, sir, we have tried insect protein, but for human consumption, if you say it's prepared from insect, already there is a taboo for meat, sir. So we don't want to take this risk as of now. But yes, that insect protein are also being used in the medicines, where we can see some startups in India itself they're doing, and medicines are available in the market. So in future, maybe with the help of our institute or CDCSO certification, we might try that in future, but we are not financially sound enough to do that right now, sir. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jubanayan. It's a very interesting product. We'll surely go and look it up online and try to get in touch with you. Now, the last startup pitch for today, Dr. Preethi Chandran, who's the founder director of Iniya Bioprobes Private Limited. Ma'am, please come and share with us your wonderful idea.
So before starting, I would like to ask or start with a question. Every day we consume colors, right? Some way or the other. In food, cosmetics, wellness products, even in textiles and other industrial products. So how many of us have stopped and thought from where these colors are coming from? And more importantly, what impact do they have upon our health and environment? So with this, I would like to start. So this is Preethi Chandran, and I am founder, director of Iniya Bioprobes Private Limited, and we are incubated at CFTRI. At Iniya Bioprobes, we are into the production of natural astaxanthin. Astaxanthin, it is a red pigment or red bioactive. Bioactive, it means just not imparting color to your food or your cosmetic. Along with that, it has major health benefits. For example, astaxanthin do have scientifically proven anti-canceral property and immune boosting properties. So we are extracting that from microalgae using advanced biotechnology platform, and that is our vision. So the problem, which even we have seen few days before, that is 2 years before, Karnataka government has banned food colors from gobi manchuri and cotton candy. So before that, when we used to visit our Dasara exhibition, we will see beautiful cotton candies with blue and pink color. Now everything appears to be white. So only these two products are highlighted, cotton candy and gobi manchurian. What about rest? Still many companies, industries and many fields, they are using synthetic colors, but from where these synthetic colors are being produced? Basically petroleum product, because they are very cheap, easily available, and all food vendors, they can easily use it. But what is the impact? Upon health first, then comes the environment. And nowadays, parallelly to that, nowadays consumers, they are more conscious into what goes there into their food and what they are using. So they are much more conscious. Because of this, global industries and global brands, they are moving towards natural, sustainable products. So this is where it creates a path to develop a natural, sustainable products that are being very useful to the, that is, which doesn't affect the health or environment. So yes, of course, there are current natural products like pigments, they are extracted from plant, or colors extracted from plant. There are many other sources, but they also face major problem, like they are seasonal. Many plants or many flowers, for example, marigold, from which lutein is isolated and yellow pigment is isolated, but they are seasonal. And most importantly, they face one problem, that is presence of pesticides. Pesticides is seen. So this is where major natural products do fail. And consistency. They are not able to give the same consistency throughout their production, followed by their stability. Natural pigments, they fail to be used in many industries because of the consistency problem. They are not stable. Shelf life is very, they don't have much shelf life, and when they are treated with high temperature or pH, they lose their nature. That is one major problem. If we want any such stable product, the cost of production is too high, too expensive, that everyone, even though they wish to use, they cannot use, or we cannot afford for it. So this is where our solution, or biotechnology-driven solution, it comes to the picture, where we are into the production of astaxanthin from microalgae. Algae, I think you all know about algae. Microalgae is smaller algae, that is single-cell algae. Specifically, Haematococcus pluvialis, which is a major source of astaxanthin, that is red pigment. So how we differentiate, or how we differentiate ourselves, or how Iniya Bioprobes differentiate itself from other competitor is through our technology development. That is, it is a long process. I am reducing my talk. So we are able to reduce the production cost from 10 to 20%. Obviously, this plays a major role because the cost of pure astaxanthin, 95% pure, is up to 15 to 30 lakhs per kg. That is the cost. So here, 10 to 20%, it plays a major role. So along with that, we have one more technology innovation, that we are using encapsulation. Even madam, she mentioned about encapsulation. Through this technology, we can increase the shelf life and bioavailability of our product. So why microalgae? So microalgae, it is round the year. You can grow in a controlled condition. The investment part is huge, obviously, but once it is done, you can get it throughout the year under a controlled condition, and you can prove the consistency over here. Specifically, microalgae, apart from getting the bioactive astaxanthin oleoresins, even the spent biomass can be further used for the production of biofuels and special oils based on the lipid content. Then finally back to biofertilizer. So this is low waste to zero waste cycle. So it creates a bioeconomy. And product portfolio. Lucky with astaxanthin, it has a wide range of product portfolio, that is starting from 0.5% of astaxanthin till 70+ percentage of astaxanthin. The product range can be used, or it finds its usage in different fields. For example, in aquaculture as feed, then in certain food, functional foods, beverages, then higher purity with cosmetics and nutraceuticals and even pharmaceuticals. So to begin with, we are concentrating with crude oleoresin from 5% to 20% purity. Percentage of astaxanthin we are concentrating right now. So growing market, obviously there is a demand for any natural product. So one thing is the cost. Because of the cost, major people, they are not in a position, or they cannot afford the thing. So our main agenda is reduction of cost. And second thing is India is majorly dependent upon the import products. So I think in this place, indigenous product development do have a scope over here. followed by the key applications. So coming to the bio business model, we are currently now in pilot validation scale and pre-commercialization phase. So with this, as it is an ingredient, so it can be within a product. It is not directly a product, but it is one of the ingredient in one major product. So we are majorly looking for B2B supply. Customized formulation. Customized formulation comes like, though we produce astaxanthin, the same form cannot be used with cosmetics and functional food. So based on its application, it requires different types of end formulations and capsulations. So we are working on that too. And one more thing is licensing opportunity and export opportunity. Apart from that, one of our major key factor is the CRISPR-assisted strain improvement. So CRISPR, to be in short and precise, have you heard of gene editing technology? So where you can manipulate the gene. So CRISPR is one such tool, and I do have CRISPR expertise myself. So one advantage with this is you need not bring any gene inside your organism. It doesn't come under GMO, genetically modified food, but you can alter it so that either you can increase the production, decrease any other function. So that is basically what CRISPR is. So here we are into CRISPR technology too. That is our future stream to reduce. Yeah, thank you so much. So, excuse me. So with that, we are sure that we can bring down the cost up to 40%. But CRISPR do request some regulations. So first we are planning to directly release our product with our downstream processed manipulations. Then we are trying with CRISPR in our second phase. So that forms the major difference between us and other competitive companies. So as of now, we have a sustainable microbial platform with future biotechnology-driven facility. And this project is currently supported by Elevate Startup Karnataka project. And we are incubated at CFTRI Bionest. So we are also accessible to the mentorship and the facility which is there at CFTRI. So with this, we are looking to scale up the production for next level. That is commercial level and marketing and export collaborations. Then future support for the CRISPR-based strain optimization. Because if we do any CRISPR-based optimization, that will be first in the world. That is one of its kind in the world. So with this, we believe together we can build a sustainable technology which is more indigenous. And once if we prove in one organism, the same thing can be prolonged with the other organism and in other platforms. So looking forward. Thank you.
May I request Anudeep and Jubanayan please come on stage and the board members to hand over the memento.